welcome back to my channel. I wanted to talk about a really important thing that needs to be well known, because I believe that it's something that a lot of people don't talk about, and I feel like a lot of people are like pushing it out of the way, kind of ignoring it. Know now because of the title, but it's unlicensed hairstylists. Actually, this is a rant. Just something that I want clients to realize, and for people who are doing hair unlicensed, I hope this changes y'all's perspective, and that y'all hopefully go get the education and go get the knowledge of what it really takes and what it really means to be a hairstylist or makeup artist. Even Louisiana makeup artists, you have to have a cosmetology license no matter what to do makeup, or an esthetician's license. I'm gonna go through some very good points. A lot of this is from articles. It is proven facts. It is something that has happened a lot, but a lot of people don't get it, and so I just wanted to share with everybody. First bulletin is what everybody says. It's like what everybody pushes is someone who isn't licensed shouldn't touch you, shouldn't do anything to your hair. Like if you're in school, like college, elementary school, I know like in kindergarten or like in elementary school, a lot of girls will help braid hair. Don't even do that, because I got lice through that way. Anything transferable on their scalp, like if they have staph somehow, like, you know, they were itching with their finger and got staph on their scalp, which is possible, because due to open sores and everything, you can actually transfer their staph onto your scalp, and your scalp gets staph, and you have staph underneath their fingernails and all this other nasty junk that people got on their scalp, and you're transferring it because you're braiding their hair and you're scraping or you're itching the back of their head. Other than that, this is going to be pretty much very valid points on why you need to be licensed. One of them, I got this from a YouTuber. If you look up unlicensed hairstylist, I think she's the first one, and she's the only other one that talks about it. I'm going to put with what she said with more facts and why it is so wrong, and why you definitely should not, why you should be licensed. One of the things she says is a lot of people, which this is true, don't know there's a difference between a perm and a relaxer. You'll see a lot of women with natural hair and they have curly hair, and they're saying, they go and say, oh, I'm getting a perm, and they come back and their hair straight. No, that's a relaxer. A perm, it rebonds the structure in your hair to become curly. Knowledge and education is important, especially with the perm and relaxer. You need the education to know the difference. You also need to broaden your horizons. They don't teach you just cuts and color. They will teach you everything else. You can't just know cut and color and not know an updo, because what if they want to cut and color before their wedding and you can't do an updo? So they're like, well, I'm going to go to this person. And that's when you start having clients that go to one person for a cut, one person for a color, one person for an updo. Why not just do all of those so you can keep that one client at your salon, at your station? That's your money going out the door. Disinfecting versus sanitation. I have a whole article on this on my website. So if you go on my channel, you want to click the LJ symbol. That is my blog, and it's a whole sanitation disinfection. I'll also link down below the article and everything. It's like a quick link that you can go to. Don't reuse items. This is disgusting, because if you think about it, you have mites on your eyelashes. When a makeup artist takes like just I'm about to like that. But for a makeup artist to put their brush on you, oh thank God that AC's off. When they put their brushes on you and then they go to somebody else and put that same brush on them, that's nasty, disgusting, awful. You're transferring other people's bugs in their eyes into other people's bugs in their eyes. Haven't you ever watched Contagion? You get paid more being licensed because you actually have the professional, you're licensed as a professional, like you're a professional, and people are going to pay more for professional things than they are for an amateur product. Get fined as not being licensed, and it's a lot of money. We get discounted on our products. So as you being fined because you're not licensed, and you're also spending this extra money on products because you're not licensed, so like all that, just you're spending this extra money just to get fined, to spend more money Like, it's just a total waste of your time, honestly, if you think about it. Liability. You have to pay $40 a month for liability insurance. You can get this at any State Farm, any insurance companies. If they do a liability, you need to get that when you do anything, honestly. Like, if you're doing a service that can ruin somebody's life, basically, hair, you can ruin somebody's life in like 10 seconds. That's all it takes. Or actually like 2 seconds. Like, brush, snip, your life is over. Like, if you think about it that way, somebody can actually sue you for a bad haircut, and if you don't have liability, then you're going to get screwed and they're going to get all the money that they want. When a lot of people are not licensed, it's kind of like the beauty vloggers that don't really care about quality. You know, a lot of beauty vloggers, they're like, oh, well, if you're on a budget, buy Aussie. No. If you're on a budget, go to Ulta and buy some professional shampoo that's for cheap. Like, even Wella, it's not even that expensive. I know Wella Brilliance or Wella Enrich, Wella Enlight, anything Wella, it's actually very cheap. It's on like the lower, I want to say the lower end. I liked Wella because I used it for beauty school in Regency. But even in Ulta, I really say no to their products, because Ulta, Walmart, a lot of people, when they do sell these professional stuff like Paul Mitchell, they don't have the certification, and it's not really Paul Mitchell certified if it's sold third party, which is meaning like it's not a state beauty supply store. Like, cosmetologists should only be able to touch these things. Next thing is, this is like gonna go 0 to 100 real quick, but human sex trafficking. That's a big deal from where not where I'm at right now, but in Bossier. It's a big thing on human sex trafficking, because a lot of massage parlors and stuff, even nationwide, I know massage parlors are the worst ones, because that's the only way that people can get you in a secluded area, and that they can get you in a single room. You want to go to a salon in general that's licensed. The article where I read most of my facts from, it's the perils of unlicensed hairstylists, and it's actually was by CBS News that reported this and written this down, and I have the links and stuff down below. One of the facts was US Americans spend 39.8 billion at salons. So imagine if there was other stylists trying to get in on that, or people who think they're stylists, or kitchen beauticians that want to get in on this money. So they go and do hair and they are not licensed. They're taking away your money. They said that a salon, this is so sad, salon used super glue bonding, like not an actual hair bonding. They used super glue to bond extensions. And this lady ended up paying $1,000 for her hair to get messed up. It turned orange. Her extensions were super glued. Her hair was burning, and to go get it fixed, she had to pay $5,000 to get it all fixed, and she ended up suing and winning. Okay, this is scary. Lash extensions. People who do lash extensions, they sometimes go on the cheap end, and they're cheapskates, and they want, instead of lash extensions being $300 or $500 like they're supposed to, they'll use these cheap products that can damage your eyesight and damage your eyelashes and damage your eyes in general. You don't want to damage your eyesight. I want to be able to see this beautiful world that God created every single day. But they'll do the same thing. They'll sit there and use super glue, or like, that's the worst that I can think of, but they'll use super glue on your eyelashes and your stuff. Like, no. A lot of salons, they get shut down for operating on suspended license. That's a misdemeanor. When you're dealing with chemicals, sharp objects, you need the training, training and dexterity. You need the training on how to prevent yourself from cutting yourself all the time. I'm almost done, I promise. Being unlicensed, it's not only harming to your customers, but it's also harming to the industry, to where more people don't want to go to professionals. They want to just do it themselves at home, which when you do it yourself at home, you don't really know the proper ways to do things, so you end up harming yourself more. Imagine if a professional screwed up your hair, but like, I'm not saying like completely messed you up, but your stylist can do better than what you probably could. But if your stylist is just an awful stylist in general, you should probably pick another stylist. There was another article, it's called Unlicensed. Even this popular TV hairstylist in Georgia, I don't know, but the description's down below if you want to know, but I want to say that they worked for like reality shows in Georgia or Atlanta, Georgia, something. It was some reality show, but their hairstylist that did all these celebrities and stuff, they were actually practicing for years or doing their job for years in Georgia on an expired license. And when your license is expired, you're basically, after a year or so, you have to start all over with hair. For my last fact, thousands, and this is kind of scary, thousands in one state or one area mostly report stylists that are unlicensed, or report stylists that have ruined other people's hair, or just they report anything gone wrong in a salon. But only a handful are investigated because a lot of cuts were made during like school boards and stuff like that. To sum this all up, I'm not trying to be a stickler. I want what's best for my clients, and the clients at home, like from where I used to live in Louisiana, I hope that they're watching this, and that they, when they're choosing their new stylist or when they're going to a new stylist, that they have this in mind, and that I want to make sure they're taken care of. So I want to make sure this video is up so everybody knows, and make sure that their license is visible. And if it's not, ask where their license is. It's not rude, it's you being a concerned customer. It's good to know, and it's good to have the knowledge yourself as a consumer, just so you don't hurt yourself in the long run. If you want to know how to report an unlicensed salon or unlicensed stylist, or if you think something's fishy, even though it takes a while for them to be investigated and stuff, State Board does try their best to get everything reported. You can find a link to put down below. So I hope this is very informative, and you as a consumer should know all these things. A lot of your favorite beauty bloggers honestly do not need to be giving you knowledge on any kind of hair stuff because they're not licensed. And if your beauty blogger is telling you to use Aussie or to use Garnier, you need to stop watching them right now, because all that is going to make your hair just wax coated, and you're going to have clarifying shampoos to get all of that stuff out of your hair. And it can also strip your color out of your hair. It can strip all the properties out of your hair. It can just do a lot of bad to your hair. Try to put a new perspective on who to listen to and who to not listen to, because you wouldn't want somebody that's not a doctor to tell you that Xanax is okay to take for your cold. Like, no. Or that telling you like, oh, you should take LSD because it's good for you. No, they're not a doctor. They shouldn't be prescribing you stuff like that. So just having a new perspective on things. That's all I have to say. So thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and stay tuned for more. I'm going to try to do videos every single day. Have a nice day.